Good morning, students. So, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. And today we are going to start a new chapter, chapter 12, Migration Types and Causes. And in this chapter, we will discuss the types of migration, causes of migration, streams of migration, and the consequences of migration. So, let's start with the migration. So, what do you mean by the migration? Actually, we already studied about this word in our first book in chapter population. So, what do you mean by migration? Okay, so the migration means when people move from one place to another place. So, this is called migration. Okay, and migration may be permanent, temporary, or seasonal, and it may take place from rural to rural areas, rural to urban areas, urban to urban areas, and urban to rural areas. Clear? And it has two types of migration, immigration or the emigration. We will discuss this in our next topic. So, immigration means migrants who move into a new place are called immigrants, and emigration means migrants who move out of a place or are called emigrants. Clear? Okay, so let's start. So, Census of India records population and migration related data of the country, and many modifications in data related to migration has been done from the first census in 1881 to 1981 as below. Clear? Now you can see in the table in from 1881 to 1961 the modifications are according to the place of the birth, and in the 1961 according to the place of birth and duration of residence where the people live. And in 1971 the modification is done in according to place of last residence and duration of stay at the place of enumeration. In 1981 it is based on reasons for migration. Now, what is migrant? So, migrant means a person who moves from one place to another in order to find work, better living conditions, job, for education or other things is known as migrant. Clear these things? Okay. Now come to the next. So, migrants are two types on the basis of enumeration of census. These are lifetime migrant and the another one is migrant by place of last resident. Clear? So, lifetime migrant is a person or a person's place of a birth is different from the place of census enumeration, then he is known as lifetime migrants. So, as per census 2001, this group reported 307 million persons. It is about 30% of total. And as per 2011, this group reported 36.7%. Clear? So, this is called lifetime migrant. If we will talk about the migrant by place of last residence, so if a person's place of last residence is different from the place of enumeration, then he is known as migrant by place of last residence. So, as per census 2001, this group reported 315 million migrants. It is about 31% of total, and according to 2011 census it is about 37% migrants and settled in a place different from their last residence. Clear? So, here we have discussed two types of migrants on the basis of enumeration of census. Next is streams or types of migration. So, in general there are two types of migration, internal migration and other one is international migration. In internal migration, it refers to the movement of people within a country or a nation. It can be intrastate or the interstate migration, and we can divide into four streams of migration, which is rural to rural, rural to urban, urban to urban and urban to rural. Clear? So, women's migrants are highest in both in intrastate and the interstate migration. So, for short distance rural to rural migration stream because of their marriage, whereas Male migrants are highest in rural to urban streams of interstate migration due to economic reasons, for job, for other work purposes. Okay, and if we will talk about the international migration, it refers to the movement of people out of the country or out of the geopolitical border. So in this case, India experiences large number of international migration, mostly from neighboring countries. Which type of neighboring countries? Like Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, Iran, Myanmar. These are the countries where the people migrate from these countries to the India. Clear? Okay. So as per census 2001, there were more than 5 million persons reported from other countries in India. So out of these, 96% came from the neighboring countries. We already discussed this, these places or these countries like Bangladesh, Pakistan and Nepal. And we already discussed the immigration and the emigration also. We can discuss this again. The action of coming to live permanently in a foreign country, it is called immigration, and there were 0.16 million refugees from Tibet, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Iran and Myanmar. If you will talk about the immigration, so apart from this immigration, India also experiences huge immigration. Immigration is the act of leaving one's own country to settle permanent in other country. So as per census 2001, around 20 million people of Indian diaspora are spread across 110 countries. So you can find out these things in your book also, this data. Now the next topic is spatial variation in migration. So in India, you can see there is an uneven spatial variation in migration in terms of in-migration or out-migration. So we can divide it into two parts, states receiving high number of in-migrants or states receiving high number of out-migrants. So in-migrants states are Maharashtra. So Maharashtra is the largest migrants receiving state. It is about 2.3 million. And besides this, Delhi, Gujarat, Haryana and other urbanized areas attract high number of migrants. Okay, so the other one is out-migrate states are Uttar Pradesh, Bihar and some other backward states have largest number of net out, and urban agglomeration are largely expanding because of high intra-state immigration. Like Greater Mumbai received the highest number of in-migrants because of job purposes, education and due to the climatic conditions. So it receives a highest number of in-migrants. So the next topic is causes of migrant. So what are the causes of this migration? Why people move from one place to another? So it has two factors and we can divide into two categories, push factors and the pull factors. So these are factors which urges people to leave their place of residence or origin. So some of them are as follows. First one is natural disasters like flood, drought, cyclonic storms, earthquake, tsunamis. Now you can see these things in Odisha, Tamil Nadu. These places are facing most of the time this type of problems. Okay, and another one is political local conflicts like war, riots, poverty, lack of employment opportunities, high population pressure on land, and the lack of basic infrastructural facilities like healthcare, education, etc. So these are the some factors which influence the people to leave their place of residence or origin to the other. Now the other factor is pull factors. So these factors which attract the people from different places. So some of them are as follows: better opportunities for education, better health facilities, source of entertainment. According to an estimation, about 38% males migrate for work and employment, whereas only 3% female migrate for the same reason. But according to the census 2011, there is a downfall of 4.2% as compared to 2001 census. So about 65% According to 2011 census, it is about 69.7% of women migrate because of marriage, whereas only 2% males migrate for the same reason. And we can see this example in Arunachal Pradesh and in Meghalaya. The male migration is in Meghalaya and in Arunachal Pradesh is due to marriage only. Clear? So here we discuss the topics about the types of migration and the streams of migration and the causes of migration also. And in next video we will discuss the consequences of migration. So till then, take care and bye bye.